morning, everybody. We're going to get started in about 10 minutes as we are launching our second day of RGV Startup Week. So everybody, come on. We have a couple of sessions and a great panel today. Started in about 5 minutes because I know people are still coming in. We're going to give it another 5 minutes and get started. Thank you.
Check, check. Dos. Test.
right, good morning, everybody. How's everybody this morning? Are we ready for day 2 of RGV Startup Week?
No gravity when you're with me. Light years from home till I found you. A galaxy in front of me, going up above. Don't look down. I travel million miles for you. Going up above. Don't look down. Don't look
And introduce our panelists. Welcome.
down.
Thank you, Linda. Muy buenos días a todos. Good morning, everyone. How's everyone doing? Is that the coffee effect, not the chamber effect? Good morning, and my name is Esme Villarreal. I'm the very proud president and CEO for the Brownsville Chamber of Commerce, and I am truly excited to be part of something huge and amazing, not just for Brownsville, Texas, but the whole region. And before we start and we introduce our outstanding panelists, let's give our outstanding, amazing friends at BCIC and UTRGB a very loud round of applause for all their hard work. Gracias. Thank you, Ron. Thank you, Linda, Rudy. I see Eric. I see everyone. I hope Nathan is up there so he can hear us, and Corey. And with that said, I would love to have our panelists take a seat, please. Así que, buenos días y bienvenidos a todos. So I was asked to come and join this outstanding initiative and talk about the effect that our chambers of commerce have. And I would be remiss to not acknowledge that many people don't know what chambers of commerce are, and I'll be honest, I was one of them. So as we start, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Esme Villarreal, as mentioned. I am the president and CEO of this outstanding local chamber of commerce, a 4-star accredited chamber of commerce. And I've been in this role, God willing, I'll be celebrating my 10th anniversary this October, and I'm very proud to serve my community. Y un aplauso para mí también, eso. I have the tough job today of interviewing and talking, most importantly, to outstanding individuals that represent their local chambers and their community. And I'm very proud to say that as local chambers, we have the ability to talk to each other, connect with each other, and really focus at what we're doing and how we're growing our businesses. And with that said, I also would like to formally, once again, thank the event host of the RGB Startup Week. This is an outstanding journey of 8 days in which we gather not just entrepreneurs, but we gather community. And that's one of the most hardest things to do when everyone has, all kinds of challenges with their schedule and so forth. But today's truly a testament of what it means to support one another, to grow our businesses, our community together. And it's important to highlight that today, not only do we have outstanding constituents of the city of Brownsville, Texas, but we have visitors from all over the 956. And as we say it here in the RGB, puro 956. Ay, qué padre se escucha que estén aplaudiendo. I think that's my team clapping. I promise I did not pay them to clap, but I do have the opportunity, and again, I would be remiss. I use this word often because to me it's important to highlight those that work hard every single day, wholeheartedly represent our community. And I have the support of an outstanding set of individuals that believe in our business community. And I have Danielle, my Director of Marketing and Programs. Gracias, Danielle. Thank you for all you do. Un aplauso para Danielle, por favor. She started, but the chamber was her first job, and we hope that it stays that way for many, many, many years to go. And, I have the honor, and I know many of those that are here today are also students at our university, our community college, and I had the great pleasure of starting with many of my team members as interns. And I highlight this because of the importance of what chambers do, and they have an outstanding platform to have internships within their organizations to give hands-on experience to our students as they grow and make up a mindset of where they're headed and what they want to do. I also have with me today Astrid Rosales. She oversees our membership department, also started as an intern in our organization. Astrid, bienvenida. Thank you for all you do. Astrid, and she doesn't like for me to brag about her, but I do because all of us brag about our teams. She is one of the most successful team members when it comes down to selling her chamber. And what makes her so successful is because she believes in her chamber, she believes in her businesses, and she really believes in Brownsville, Texas. And we're so proud because she's from Alamo, so that tells you how much, right, we are as a community. And then also Hania. Hania is our special events coordinator, started with our program when we were assisting businesses during COVID. Hania, bienvenida, and thank you for all that you do. Un aplauso para mi equipo. And we also have Anthony from the Westlaco Chamber of Commerce and Visitors Bureau. Anthony, thank you for being here and driving so early this morning. We appreciate you. So ladies and gentlemen, as we continue our program, I do want to mention that I do have the honor, as mentioned, working with two outstanding individuals that know chamber, believe chamber, are chamber. And I know that many of you are wondering, what is a chamber of commerce? So let's be honest and let's keep it real, because those are the conversations that really stand out and we will remember. How many of you have heard of a chamber of commerce? Raise your hand. You better, Eric, you better. He's from BCIC. How many of you don't know what a chamber of commerce is? Wow, everyone gets a gold star. It's the first time that I hear this. We're at the right place with the right people. You guys are amazing. So with that said, for those that are still wondering what exactly is the role of a chamber of commerce, let me tell you that you're not alone. When I first started in this career, I served as a member of the organization and then had the opportunity to serve as a board member for 5 years and then join the organization as a membership services director. And within a year, I had the great honor of serving as an interim president CEO, and now we're on my 10th year. And every year, every day, it's a great opportunity of learning and growing with my outstanding board directors. We represent over 500 different businesses and growing, thanks to Astrid Rosales and the outstanding work from my team. But, what is really a chamber of commerce? And let's just keep it short and brief, because I did ask my friend ChatGPT. I'm going to be honest. I use AI every single day, all day, to be quite frank. It really has helped me gather my thoughts and me be more bold and direct and not sugarcoat things, just go straight for the ask. And I feel that AI has a very important role within our community because we serve so many different businesses, and our time is important to make sure that we learn how to serve the community better. So with that said, the Chambers of Commerce are truly a community-powered business hub. This is where small businesses, owners, entrepreneurs, corporate leaders, visionaries, they all come together to grow with that same vision and same purpose. We solve problems at your Chamber of Commerce, all of our Chambers of Commerce. We advocate every day for your business. And most importantly, we build something greater and bigger together than a chamber. We build communities. We build economic development. We influence economic development. We create jobs. We support businesses to make sure that they have the right resources and tools. We are builders and we're connectors. We will get you where you need to be. We will connect you to the right person, the right organization. We have the ability that all we do is pick up a phone. We've built outstanding relationships with our EDCs, with our municipality, with all these individuals like BCIC, like UTRGB, that we are here to only give you the resources to build a more stronger, sustainable business in which you have the ability of continuing to grow and create more jobs. And who doesn't want to create more jobs? Everyone talks about the RGV everywhere we go, and my set of friends and colleagues travel throughout the United States, and we have a very serious job, and it's talking about the Rio Grande Valley, talking about Edinburgh, talking about Westlaco, Brownsville, McAllen, San Benito, Harlingen, Los Fresnos. We represent everyone, and we take that very, very seriously. So with that said, today we're talking about the chamber effect. And I have a set of outstanding questions for my colleagues. But before I do so, I would love to give them the opportunity to introduce themselves, talk about their organization, how long they've been with their organization, and what it means to be a president and CEO of a local chamber of commerce. Bienvenidos.
Awesome. Thank you, Esme, for that wonderful introduction about what chambers are and what we do. My name is Barbara Jean Garza. I'm the president and CEO for the Wesco Area Chamber of Commerce, and I actually have been with the chamber for about 6 years. We were just talking about that. I think you lose track of time when you really like what you do, and we were just saying, I talk to people all the time, and I talk about this industry all the time and how special it is to me, and I'm always saying, oh, I've been there about 4 years, and they're like, wait, it's really been 6. So time really does fly when you get to do something that you're passionate about, and being part of the chamber truly has been a great opportunity for myself to really learn about the business community and our industry at large. And so as being part of the chamber, I also serve on a national board. I serve on the Association of Chamber of Commerce Executives as well, so I get to speak about our wonderful region on a nationwide scale. And this board that I serve on is our national association. There are only 2 representatives from the state of Texas that serve on this board, and so when we went out there and we have our conference and we get to see a good representation of RGV folks out there, it's always so exciting to see the other cities and states say, well, what's the Rio Grande Valley? There's a lot of you here. Where are you all from? So it's really neat to be able to kind of pinpoint what the RGV is doing and the great work happening here in our region. So as part of the Chamber of Commerce, I am the president and CEO. I oversee a multitude of initiatives and activities within our city and have developed great partnerships with our local institutions, with our city officials, and other great organizations across the region. So it's been a very exciting opportunity. On top of that, before joining the chamber world, I used to serve as a director at UTRGV actually, and I had the opportunity to work with a lot of the great people who are here today, and I really attribute a lot of my success and what I've learned to my experience at UTRGV and being able to bring that now into the chamber world and be able to educate and support others within our community. But really, the chamber has been is an instrumental piece to any entrepreneur's role. So for those of you who are starting a business, I think the most important piece to understand is that a chamber of commerce is here to help you not feel alone. We are connecting the dots. We are a person that you can communicate with. As much as I love AI and ChatGPT, they're not going to tell me what my next step is and introduce me to the next person who can help me. And so I think one of the greatest things about being a part of a chamber of commerce is that opportunity to build relationships and connect with somebody who will connect you with the next great step in your business. And a chamber of commerce does just that. We have great connections. We work with people all across our cities, our valley, and so forth. And it's just, again, a great opportunity. I look forward to talking more about all the great work that we do. Thank you.
Yay, Barbara! Woo! Sorry, I'm their biggest cheerleader, as you can tell. I am always all for my chamber peeps, and you guys are amazing.
Good morning, everyone. You stole the words out of my mouth, both of y'all. Good morning. I'm excited to be here. My name is Ronnie Laralde. I'm the executive director of the Edinburgh Chamber of Commerce and the Edinburgh CVB, which is our Explore Edinburgh. I'm happy to be here. I see a lot of familiar faces. There's great things that the chamber has done. The chamber has been in existence for a very long time, and we're excited to say that the Edinburgh Chamber will turn 100 years old in October. So we're extremely excited at that milestone, and we've done a lot of work for Edinburgh and for the Rio Grande Valley. I'm proud to be there. I was born in Edinburgh, went to UTPA, now UTRGV. I don't have any type of that old memorabilia, but very proud of the university and where we've come. Prior to my chamber days, I was in banking. I was a commercial teller, going to school. And I got to see business firsthand. I got to talk to business owners. I got to see the struggles, see the successes. And it was a great stepping stone for me and my career. Fast forward, full circle, now, being part of the chamber, I've been there for 13 years. We've seen a lot of changes, but they're great changes. But the one thing constant, and I think in all our communities, has been a chamber of commerce. They're steady. being part of a chamber is just, if you want a clear and a clean and a landscape of actually what you're getting into, go to your local chamber, right? Talk to them, talk to the board. It's a very, very, very great job to be part of. The one word that, I surround myself is with passion. I don't know if there's any more people that have more passion for their community than chamber people, what we call living the chamber life. So once again, thank you for having me this morning, and we are happy to be here.
Thank you, Ronnie and Barbara. Again, as Ronnie stated, we have a very repetitive same message every time we speak about chambers of commerce. And respectfully to everyone, I feel that chamber team members have this amazing vision and passion, and we serve with so much passion. And we learn to be more compassionate also and show empathy as we learn about the struggles and challenges that our entrepreneurs have. And we take this to heart, and we try to connect all of our entrepreneurs to the right resources, the right tools, so they can become a stable business. And as we continue, I would love to take a deep dive into the entrepreneur impact that chambers of commerce have. With that said, how do your chambers support small businesses and startups, especially when they're just getting started? Don't fight. We have microphones available.
I think that's the problem. When you have a mic and you're a chamber person, you're just used to talking. So I'll start off. And I think for us as a Chamber of Commerce, I also see us as our own type of entrepreneur. We're always building and thinking of new ways to be innovative and on the national scale. And I share this just because when we're able to go to some of these meetings and hear from people, you hear about all the great work that Chambers of Commerce are doing across our nation, from a small chamber of 1 staff to large chambers of 30 or more. And so you get to see all the amazing work. And our mission truly is to see an entrepreneur, a business succeed. And what our goal is to be able to connect the dots and, again, provide those resources. So for us, really, some of the things that we do at our chamber to support entrepreneurs is really, again, building connections, building partnerships. And a lot of that is through networking. I spoke at an event with students, and I asked them, do you know the person sitting next to you? And a lot of the time, they don't, and they don't want to ask, and they're going to get up from their seat, especially college students. I hope nobody's like that here. But, they're just kind of like, no, I don't need to ask who you are, what your name is, where you're from. And really, our goal is to say, you know what, everybody stand up and pass out your business card and let's talk. And let's be real. Let's see how we can partner, how we can help you. And I'll tell you that, you'll hear networking all the time. And you'll hear about chambers and what we do. But it doesn't work unless you work. And as entrepreneurs, you work really hard for your business. And so we work really hard to create these spaces for you to be successful, for you to make connections, and for you to just continue to build your business and build your network to further grow and enhance the community, because your success is our success. And so, again, it's our mission as a chamber to really support entrepreneurs as they get started, provide them with the right contacts. I'll tell you that we had an entrepreneur who started a balloon business in our community, and she does like all kinds of types of balloon arches and just really neat stuff. And she's extremely creative, and she was very invested in this creative artwork, I would say, because she even took courses to create all different types of balloon work. And when she came to us and said, well, I don't know if I really want to join the chamber. I'm kind of on my own. I don't have a brick and mortar space. I'm really just kind of working out of my van and going to different places and doing setups. And we said, well, I would never pressure anyone to join the chamber. This is a decision that you make as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, because if you are forced to do something, you're not going to be too excited about it. And so our mission as a chamber has always been is our door is open and we're ready for when you're ready. And so this individual decided to join the chamber, and let me tell you, it has been such a great relationship and opportunity for her business over these past couple years. So since she started, she's now hired employees. She was a business of one. Now she has her own employees that help and go out to do events for her and set up events, tear down events, when before it was her alone. And a lot of these doors, if you ask her, she'll say, a lot of these doors open because of the events I attended through the Chamber of Commerce, the people that I met through the Chamber of Commerce, the amazing team at the Chamber of Commerce. And I think the other part to it is going back to having that face-to-face interaction, is having somebody who is a call or text away who might be able to answer a question for you or connect you with that right person. So there's a lot of things that chambers do to support entrepreneurs. That's just one example. But so much work is happening across our region to support entrepreneurs and help them be successful to help grow our region.
You're going to see me nodding because it's literally what we talk about every single day, all day. And I get really excited because I'm very passionate about the work that we do. And it's important to really highlight that we're true admirers, right, and supporters of every Chamber of Commerce throughout the region. They represent what we represent, the same values, the same integrity that we serve our community. And honestly, and I know I sound repetitive, but I love what I do. I wake up every single morning with a smile heading to my office. The day I stop smiling, that's the day that I know I should move to a different industry. And I'm so blessed to have the opportunity to work with colleagues of this type, my team members, that I have so much admiration for their hard work, and my board directors. There's so many things happening at your local Chamber of Commerce. I challenge you to get acquainted, to talk to each other, to pick up the phone, to show up to these offices. We are full of ideas. We're full of testimonials. We don't know everything because I don't think anyone on earth knows everything, but we know everyone. Everyone that can change the course of your business. We know everyone that's going to make you successful. We know everyone that can give you the right tools and the right resources. And we can assure you, if you network and if you get involved, if you start asking, you start picking up that phone and showing up, your business is going to stay in our community, it's going to create jobs, it's going to thrive. You're going to have more and more employees, but it takes you to want to be the change in your own business. Sorry, I am not a panelist. I know, I'm sorry, but I get so excited about all this great conversation. And Ronnie also being a great friend of mine, I've had the opportunity to get to really meet these outstanding people throughout our conferences at a state, at a national level. And Ronnie represents a beautiful organization, which we're very proud that they're celebrating their 100th anniversary. Let's give Edinburgh a loud round of applause. That's amazing.
Thank you, Esme. Just to echo, what Barbara said, I think being an entrepreneur, going to the chamber first, I think it's critical. It's like critical planning. If you're doing a startup, I think that's the best way to go. To go talk to your representative there in your city, and you don't have to be a member. We talk about it all the time. You get free consulting 101. We're eager to help. I joke about this all the time. My wife, kind of laughs at me, or some of our board members, say that has nothing to do with the chamber, but you know what? It has something to do with our community. And eventually, everyone is tied, right? So everything, like I said, our wheel well just keeps going. We bring, we listen to everybody, we listen to everything, and we're here just to serve. That's the best part of our job. And so, as a startup, who's not going to want to know and take that leap, right? We know, like you said, all the contacts, we know all the resources, we know all the funding options, right, that you can move forward with before you even try to start this business. We have great partnerships with, UT RGV and their SBA team, so knowing all those contacts and knowing those resources that are available that some people that don't know, I think that's your best way to start. And take advantage of that. We talk about it all the time. There's a lot of opportunities, but we don't take advantage of all of them. If you don't try, you'll never know. And so I recommend that you do visit your chamber and talk to them. And I guarantee you, they're gonna help you.
Absolutely. And I also want to mention that some of the initiatives that our chambers have are about alliances and partnerships and MOUs, we also are a business, as you are too. With that said, many of us collaborate with our UTRGB Small Business Development Center. Some of us host them also in our offices. They offer free business counseling. We have the great honor of collaborating with the UTRGB Small Business Development Center here in Brownsville, Texas. We do have an office for them as well. These are individuals that are very passionate about what they do. You have excellent resources, one of them being Arturo Gonzalez, a senior advisor for over 25 years. He knows the ins and the outs, someone who truly believes in your business, your ideas. So I do challenge you, if you have yet to visit with them, get to know them. Get to know all the resources. SBA is an outstanding resource. If you've yet to visit the SBA website, you're really missing out. They have outstanding grant opportunities, loan opportunities. They have a guide that tells you what you need to do also. And then as Ronnie and Barbara mentioned, call us. Just call the chamber. You don't have to be a chamber member. Yes, we are subsidized, us, Brownsville Chamber, subsidized solely by memberships. But that's the ability, as Barbara mentioned, that we serve our community, and Ronnie said it loud and clear, as a whole. When you're ready to become that chamber member, our doors will always be open for our business community. That's what we do. But until then, we will continue to serve your business, give you and connect you to the right individuals that can help you solve those doubts. How do you write a business plan? How do I ask for that loan? Is there enough businesses of my same industry? Do I have an opportunity to be here or somewhere else? How do I become that small business from 1 employee to 2 or 3? How do I do what I need to do? You're not alone in this journey. That's the most important message that we have to say at a chamber level. You are never alone. You call your Chamber of Commerce and we'll give you what you need. We'll connect you to those individuals. And as we talk about, organizations like ours, which are nonprofit organizations, and you're going to hear us always saying we are a business. We're a small business. We run a business. We all have multiple employees. We all do what you need to do. File taxes, 990s, 941s. I mean, there's so many different things that we do. HR policies, I'm no expert. I'm learning. I think all of us are learning every single day. As a small business ourselves, a nonprofit organization, we go through the same challenges that you do. So we get you. We understand you. All you have to do is call us, and we'll give you all that we can. So Barbara and Ronnie, as many may not be aware, with our own individual chambers of commerce, I mentioned that our Chamber of Commerce here is solely subsidized by our business community. For lack of a better term, our bread and butter. That is the heartbeat of the Brownsville Chamber of Commerce, our members. Can you elaborate and walk us through your own individual organizations as how they are funded, and also, what kind of model allows you to pour back into your community as you're also a business that depends on everyone else?
Absolutely. So, one of the words you'll hear here is community. We're all about giving back to the community and staying involved. So a lot of the major events that you see take place in your cities typically are run through your Chamber of Commerce, believe it or not, with the support of your city or the support of the EDC and other organizations. But typically, the organizers, the event planners are your Chamber of Commerce staff. And so, the funding for the Wesco Chamber, at least, it varies. Every chamber is different, the type of funding sources that they have. But we are a membership-based organization as well. Our funding comes in through membership. And again, we have different levels of investment for members of the chamber, from investors in the community that are large-scale businesses, corporate-style businesses, to our small businesses and our nonprofits. So our funding does come in from membership dues that are charged annually. But on top of that, we have a variety of contracts. So with the City of Wesco, we have a contract to run the CVB, or the Convention and Visitors Bureau. So in Wesco, we not only are the Chamber of Commerce, but we're also your visitor center. And as me mentioned, Anthony Rivera, who's here with us, he's our digital media manager and visitor center manager. And so part of his role is to help us promote Wesco and promote the city on a larger scale, to invite visitors to come into the city. So the contractual funding that we have with the City of Wesco is to be able to encourage tourism within the City of Wesco. So aside from membership dues, we do have contractual funds that come in. And then, of course, we have other partnerships that come in for big activities and programs. We do a lot of events that require sponsorship dollars. And so we do a lot of sponsorship type programs that are embedded into our annual funding. funding. But one of the biggest things I'll say is, as a chamber with a CVB that runs that budget, it is a quite a large budget for us to be able to provide resources to visitors coming into our cities. And so we do a lot of advertising internationally as well to encourage visitors to come to our city through those marketing dollars. So when we talk about a chamber of commerce, we're not just, the business hub or business resource for businesses, but we also do a lot of the general advertising for our city to encourage people to come in and hang out and check out the small businesses in town. And that's very exciting for us. We also manage our directory, online directory, so that people can visit our small businesses utilizing the resources that we offer. So just those three types of funding. We are currently working on a foundation for our chamber, which I think has been the bigger topic of conversation for many chambers across the nation, is that a foundation will allow us to kind of bring in more funds and apply for grants. As a membership-based organization, we are a 501c6, which is a different type of a nonprofit association. So that designation does limit us a little bit. So with the foundation, we are looking at a 501c3 designation that would allow us to apply for some grants to support small businesses. So right now, again, we are funded through membership dues, sponsorship dollars for big events that we host, as well as contractual funding through our city.
We're similar. I know, you're 100% member driven, but, we operate, the tourism side of it as well. So we have our CVB and their contracts, so 30% of our entire budget is through contract base with the city of Edinburgh. And the rest is membership based. So we represent almost 900 chamber members. And, we're happy to share their story. I think there's a lot of combined efforts, right, from the tourism side and the chamber side that benefits, and I think it works perfectly that way to have the visitor center as part of the chamber. They know a lot of those unique businesses, unique areas that is going to attract people to our city and to our region. So. For those that don't know, that funding side from tourism or CVB is through hotel occupancy tax. So that's a separate funding. So when people come to visit your city and stay in your hotels, that's where you get that little small hot tax, what we call, and that helps us promote our city in particular. And there's a lot of regulations regarding that type of funding and what you can use it for. So that's kind of one of the contracts we have. And another contract with the city of Edinburgh is, through general fund, which both contracts actually serve two different major community events. But it also helps us, do, marketing from one side, and also helps serve through programs, through different like public affairs events, that we do, throughout the year. So, one thing we are talking about is, like you said, creating a foundation, getting some more opportunities to our small businesses and our local community. So,
and I think that may answer some of the inquiries. No secret for us, we always get to hear feedback. It's like, you charge for everything. Why are you charging me to go to a public affairs luncheon? Why are you charging for a workshop or seminar? We work very hard and we create alliances, partnerships, MOUs, and we do have some of the events and initiatives that are free of charge, complimentary, right? But we are a business, and that's a strong message for everyone to really get to learn about chambers of commerce. We're a business, and we're in business as you are too. Our responsibility is to continue to innovate, to grow, to be a very diversified local chamber of commerce that very well represents the very diversified businesses that we all have, right, throughout the Rio Grande Valley. So yes, we do charge. Yes, we will continue to charge. But because we do have a team that we need to take care of, we do have expenses that take care of that. But most importantly, the reason why we're so successful is not because of the entry fee that we're charging you, is because of the loyalty and the credibility that we've built through a lot of hard work with our partners. Partners such as BCIC, partners such as RGV. They're strong supporters of all of our chambers of commerce, and they're always present being a sponsor. So I would be remiss, and I think I speak on behalf of all of my friends here, that we cannot do what we do every single day without the great support of all our supporters, our partners, our sponsors. And we have all kinds of terms, right? Investment levels and so forth. But I do want to say mil gracias to BCIC. I do want to say mil gracias to RGV because they continue to believe in not just Bronzeville, but the whole region. So thank you, Ron, for always considering and investing in your local chambers of commerce. Let's give Ron and RGV a lot of applause because they're amazing. We truly appreciate you guys. Mil gracias from the bottom of our heart. We continue to grow because of your loyalty and believing in your chambers. We continue to grow because BCIC is present in all of our events. Gracias, Victoria. Thank you for being here. Well, it's your event for sure, right? But thank you for supporting us, right? Victoria being a true believer and advocate for our chamber as a former board member. She sees it, she gets it. And this is also a call for businesses that want to partake in our board of directors. There's so many different opportunities. The board of directors that we all have represent a very diversified community. You are the voice that will advocate for other businesses. You are the representation that we need in our boards. We need all ages, all kinds of businesses, skills, and talent. I'm a true believer, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but we've learned, and I've learned personally, that in order to be involved and believe in something, you need to see yourself in it. So one of the biggest goals that I've had as a president and CEO is to create a board in which my business community can see themselves represented. In which you see yourself, you want to be it also. So I encourage everyone to get acquainted with your chambers of commerce, but seek opportunity. Seek that networking opportunity, that connection opportunity to serve at a different level in which you can create a change. Change happens also at that capacity, serving your community through boards. So get involved, get engaged, and challenge also us as chamber professionals to do better and be better for your business. So looking ahead with my peers here, we all know the needs of the entrepreneurs. You all continue to change, and it's evolving. More in digital and, of course, more global and more diverse. Every single day, we are learning something different. How is it that your chamber is evolving to meet the needs of today's entrepreneurs? And most importantly, how are we working now for tomorrow?
You want me to take? Well, technology is changing, right? It's every day. We're investing in digital support. We're investing in our staff. We're looking at it as well. Accreditations. Certificates. Anything that we can do to help local businesses. I feel like we've taken advantage of what our businesses or our members deliver. A lot of them are doing great work, and so we've kind of brought them in to do sessions. Some of the higher technology, taking advantage of AI, taking advantage of Real, a lot of marketing, digital type of sessions, because that's what our members want, and that's what's really is helping compete and staying at the forefront for businesses. So I feel like we've done a great job in giving them that opportunity, but also learning. They're experts in their field. We're experts in our field, but the university as well, the EDC. We've done a great job of taking advantage of those opportunities and putting them in front and learning from the best. But obviously, everything's always changing. We're trying to get out there and get away from our desk and learn of all this new technology that's happening out there to come and spread the good news to our entrepreneurs and our local businesses.
And what I'll add to that is looking ahead, some of the things that we are considering and are working on is looking at programs that will help young entrepreneurs get to the point where our startups are now. ambassador programs. We actually are now currently hiring for our summer college internship program. So we do have a paid internship program that we offer through the Chamber of Commerce, and it is a 3-month summer internship for students. Again, a paid initiative. Anybody's looking, contact me. But again, an opportunity to learn about what the Chamber of Commerce does, learn about business marketing, event planning, civic organizations, working with members, customer service, and I could go on. You know, there's so much that we do, and it's a great opportunity to learn a little bit more about it. So we have an internship program such as this, but again, really finding ways to be innovative. And I'm going to steal a term from one of our association CEOs, and it's that we are currently in what we're hearing as a chamber renaissance. And what that means is that we are experiencing innovation at no limits, and we have seen businesses thrive and grow and create new programs, and we're standing there right next to them. And what's real exciting is that, you know, we have businesses, and I'll give another example is I had a business member who comes to a lot of our events. He goes to our lunch networking mobs and our cash mobs and things like that. And he says, Barbara, you know what I think would be really cool is to do a conference to help people who are in sales. He's like, I had to learn all of this on my own. And what's neat about being part of a chamber and working with professionals like those in our industry is you're never going to hear nah, I don't think I want to do that. You're going to hear tell me more. How do we do it? Who do we contact? Have you heard of this? I can do conferences. I could do this in my sleep. So how do we make it happen? And that's where we are now, is creating initiatives that are going to benefit entrepreneurs, that are going to benefit people in our community, but are more strategically planned and thought out. And I think that innovation is key, and working with startup entrepreneurs is so important to create these programs and initiatives that are going to make others successful. And what I will mention is that we are a business. A Chamber of Commerce is a business. That's what we are. In fact, our model is structured around that. We call ourselves president CEOs. Why? The meaning behind that is because we try our best to match what businesses are. When you're a startup, if you're the owner and founder of it, you're the president and CEO. So guess what? You're going to an organization who has the person with the same title as you who's going through the same things. And that's what we want you to understand, is that as a small business, we know the ins and outs in a different way. If you call me, I have a small staff in Weslaco, and if you call me and say, hey, can you transfer me to your HR department? That's me, folks. So I'll just, maybe I'll switch my coat or something if you need me to be HR. But the great thing is that we come with expertise, and we come with a lot of knowledge on how to make things happen, how to support businesses. So I think at the forefront for us right now is just being innovative and being able to support entrepreneurs with their vision and dreams and helping make them a reality.
I love the message. My team gave me an HR cap. So historically, Mondays, I'm the finance director, and then later I'm HR also, but then later I'm CEO, but then later I'm maintenance engineering. I mean, everything and anything. We go through the same struggles that you do in your business. We pick up the trash, we clean the kitchen, we take the garbage out. I mean, you name it, we do it all. And we say that in a very humble way because that's how we connect with you. We are you. Yet we are created differently and structured differently because we are a Chamber of Commerce. But one of the most important messages today is that if you've yet to connect with your local Chamber of Commerce, this is the time. If you're looking to grow your business, this is the time. If you can't find a solution to something, you're not alone. This is the time. Your time is now. And you need to take advantage of what we can offer through our tools and resources, through our network, through the opportunities, the different alliances, MOUs, partnerships. I mean, the words are nonstop. You have the ability to count on people that believe in your business. You will never be alone in this journey. You have outstanding resources such as BCIC, as RGV, and so many other partners, because we will not be able to grow if we don't grow together. And that's what we do. That's what we do every single day. That's how we support these initiatives. You know, it's important to highlight that my friends came from Edinburgh and Weslaco because they believe in what we're doing for you. So with that said, I want to challenge my peers. And if you were, I mean, the question really stated, if you were in a room full of entrepreneurs, which we are, How would you pitch your Chamber of Commerce to the outstanding individuals that are here today and they're trying to make a decision if they should join your Chamber of Commerce? And we'll start with Barbara.
Sure.
No pressure.
Well, and like I mentioned earlier, we're not in the business of trying to convince you or force you to do something that you don't want to do, right? My mission is to have a conversation with you and help you understand or realize if this is something that makes sense for your business. And our smallest investment in the chamber is called our Engage membership, and it's $1 a day investment. It's $365 a year. And when I have businesses that come up to me and say, well, no, I can't pay that right now. And I say, well, that could be because it's not your time to be in the chamber. When it's your time, you will know. And again, our doors will be open. But what I will say is, being an entrepreneur, you have to work hard every day at everything that you do. And being a part of a chamber is the example that we use often, and I don't know if you all have used this at your chambers, but we call it the gym membership, right? You buy the gym membership, and the most you get out of it is when you go. But if you don't go, all it's gonna be is a tag on your keychain, right? To get into the gym that you never go to. So if you buy the membership and you want to make use of it, you need to go. You need to be active. You need to be there. You need to have the conversations. And guess what? We're waiting there to have those conversations with you. And like I said, our door is always open. We're excited to support businesses. We're excited to hear your innovative ideas. Just recently, our chamber has recently had even business vendors who are now becoming members of the chamber who don't have brick and mortar, but they like to do a lot of markets and events. And they said, but we want to be a part of the chamber, even though we don't have a business that's open every day. We like doing more market style events. We like the work that the chamber does because we like to connect with people who are like-minded. And that's what we are. And so again, I won't sit here and say you have to be part of the chamber. It's really cool, even though it is. I'll just say, our doors are always open. We're here to answer whatever questions that you might have. And it's certainly a valuable, very valuable membership and asset for you to have in your toolbox as a small business entrepreneur.
Sign me up.
Hand over your card. Yeah, when the time is right, our doors are always open, right? What I say is, it turns your vision into impact, right? That's the way I believe, the Chamber of Commerce is. And it's not just about, membership, it's about, opportunities, it's about connecting, it's being involved, being engaged. I think the scope of work is endless for us. We're involved in conversations with, everything, the EDC, city, school board, potential investors. We're talking about, we're champions of your business and your future business, right? We're champions of the Valley. We have that mentality. We're very positive. Where we go there and speak, amazing things about the Rio Grande Valley. The time is now. We're in a great spot, and that goes out to everybody watching. We're the fastest growing area, and everybody has done great, and we've put on the map with SpaceX here in Brownsville. What's good for Brownsville is good for Edinburgh, and what's good for Wesco is good for Brownsville. So this is a great opportunity, and membership is a multiplier, right? So I completely feel that being involved and being part of your chamber is a great step. And who doesn't want a champion for your business? In our case, it's less than $1 a day, but definitely, I really hope that you go and talk to your local chamber, get involved with your local chamber, and talk to them and see their vision and their goals, and join the family, what we always call the chamber family.
In our case, it's just a little over maybe $2 a day. I don't know, but I'm a president CEO. I'm not a math teacher, but I do love math and numbers. I do that day in, day out. And when I say this, of course, joking, all of our chambers of commerce have great value. All of our chambers of commerce share the same vision, and that is you. There is no other way of saying that you are what drives our business, our community, and our organization to different levels into capacities that we never thought we would serve at. I mean, who would have thought 20 years ago SpaceX, the LNGs would be here? And as Ronnie said, lo que es bueno para Edinburgh es bueno para Bronzeville, Texas. We all share the same people. We are one. We all share the same vision. Yes, of course, I love Bronzeville, she loves Westlaco, he loves Edinburgh, but we are, all of us together, we're the real Grand Valley, and we continue to always say we're Puro 956, and that's who we are. Help me give my great friends and colleagues a very loud round of applause for their participation today. You know, in closing, I want to once again stress the message to our great partners, BCIC and UTRGB, for allowing us to be here, to the over 30 sponsors of the RGB Startup Week. We're so proud of what they're doing, and we're so proud to work alongside and support the vision that they have and these outstanding initiatives. I see Corey. Corey, thank you so much for all that you do for our community. Corey is our president and CEO at BCIC. Thank you, Corey, for believing in us and trusting us to be part of this great, great team. And Linda, everyone knows Linda. Linda, gracias. Thank you for having us also here, us here today. But I do want to end with something very important that, you know, Chambers of Commerce, we're not just here to shake hands, and we're not here to, you know, just show up and smile. Creating big things. We're part of bigger things. We drive our economy to different heights and different places. We, as Ronnie said, we have the ability of connecting, right? When people want to come to Brownsville, Texas, they call their local Chamber of Commerce, and we connect them with our outstanding partners at BCIC. I see our outstanding partners of GBIC. GBIC, I see them back there. Thank you for joining us. That's our other EDC here in Brownsville, Texas. So most importantly, just remember to keep it real. We're all humans, and we're all struggling, and we're all going through the same phases, and this message is the same and repetitive. You're never alone in this journey of being an entrepreneur. You have everyone that has your six, as we call it, right, at our police department. We have your back. We really do. Connect with your local Chamber of Commerce. Get involved. Get engaged. You're not alone. But most importantly, if you thrive, we thrive together. Vamos a crecer. Crecimos juntos y seguiremos creciendo juntos. Thank you very much for having us. Have a great afternoon.
Thank you. Thank you so much for being here, all three of you. We're going to take some pictures, if you can just stay in the front. And thank you, everybody, for joining this great panel. We are keep on going. So stay tuned. We are introducing our next panel, which is additive manufacturing and industrial reshoring in the RGV. We're going to take a 5-minute break so we can turn the stage around and get it set up. We also have some additional sessions in the back going on right now. We'll announce those in a bit. Thank you so much for being here. There's some coffee in the front. There's some snacks over here. Food all day for our participants. So enjoy, and we'll see you in about 5 minutes. Thank you.